everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandon. I'm a part-time eBay Macari reseller, specializing in media-related products such as CDs, DVDs, cassette tapes. Welcome to my channel, Media Picker. Channel's about anything related to reselling of media, mainly the CDs, DVDs, and cassette tapes. I do how-to videos, what sold videos, and haul videos. If it's something you might want to learn about and possibly reselling in the future for yourself, please consider subscribing to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Today, I'm going to do a little different video. I have a couple of these, like how-to and stuff. This more or less is just I'm gonna talk and ramble on a little bit about my listings and eBay and stuff, and I'm gonna list a stack full of CDs, a handful of CDs, and feel free to list with me. It's just something going on in the background while you're working, whatever. It's fine. So, gonna go ahead and get started here. I'll share my screen. You guys can see I've already, to make it go a little bit quicker. I've got a stack of 6 right here. That price. I mean, you can kind of see how fast I can kind of go. Obviously, I'm going to be going a little bit slower as I go through and list, but I figure if you guys want to watch this or at least listen to me as I go through this stuff, feel free. I figure I'd try and get a little work done while I record a video also. So I'll share my screen. I'll go ahead and get started listing here. I've already got some drafts going. I think I'm sitting on like 50 right now. I try to keep around that. I've got a bunch of stuff going on personally right now. I also work a full-time job, so there are some nights where I just can't get anything listed. So that's why I keep the drafts. It does help. You always want to kind of be active in eBay. There's all kinds of theories about the algorithm. I believe consistency is a key player in it, though. So if you're consistently listing a few items every day, you're going to consistently, more than likely, as long as your prices are pretty good, you're more likely going to sell stuff, a few items each day. So anyway, let me share my screen, kind of see where I'm at here. So some of the drafts I've done recently, I did 5 last night right before bed. Averaged about 5 minutes a piece. So I photograph stuff in batches, so I have stack already in order of how I want to list them, of probably 30 or 40 behind me. So I just grab the first 6. I've already price comped them, make it go a little bit quicker. And I put the genres down so I know what genre I need to put them in when I go ahead and fill out my information on eBay. So go ahead and get started here. I wrote down a post-it note. I'm gonna list this for $9.98. It's an import. It's R&B. It's more of a greatest hits CD. It's the Shy Lights, so it's like 70s R&B soul. So go ahead and get that listed here. Pull up my photos. Gotta find it. All photos I do personally photograph. I don't use the background remover. I just touch them up and brighten them up, which actually looks like the background's already been removed. I use a white background, so it does make it go. Looks pretty good. I kind of like still having a little shadow there. It makes it actually the picture look realistic instead of the background. It erases everything, and so just to me, those listings, like those photos, look kind of odd. I'd rather have a more natural look. So that's kind of why I do it the way I do. I mean, I get a pretty good lighting on it, but obviously I could probably do a little bit better. But the bright tool on here in eBay is perfect for this. It just takes a few seconds to do. Obviously, being on camera and having a second screen up showing this off, it does slow down the eBay system a little bit. So it takes a little bit longer for me to get this out and touch the CD one. CD one's good. Okay, so I just type everything in here. Curious how everybody's sales are going. Mine are up and down like usual, roller coaster. It's kind of how it's been with eBay this year. I mean, it is what it is. If I had more time to put into this, I would be doing much better. My sales are down. Had some stuff going on over the last 90 days. Right now, my sales are down from about 1,900 over that 90-day span in gross sales. So I think this is how I want to do this one. Leave it at that. Yeah. If I can get this one on there, I'll do it. I'll get this one in there. So what I did was I try to fill in as much of the characters as I possibly can, whether it be I put the genre in there because a lot of people don't scroll down to see the genre in a lot of cases. So maybe they're looking for just a certain type of music to listen to. So I just put R&B soul. I listed their 2 top songs, Have You Seen Her? No Girl. Uh, so if I go down here, Shy Lights artist, R&B soul, 2002 release. Yep, that's all good. I always use custom SKU for my buy cost. This one actually is a little high. I got this in a bulk buy on eBay. Still worth listing. I list stuff as low as $2.49. So just FYI, but I get stuff as low as like 12 to 15 cents too in some cases. So in my opinion, it's still worth it. I doubt it's going to find this UPC, but let's see if it does. Wow, look at that. And actually, all that information looks pretty good. So I'm going to continue. And it's going to fill in half this information for me. Is that the record label? It is. Disky. Interesting. It's kind of a best of, but really not totally sure. So I'm just going to do that. These are optional. I don't have to put these in, but I like to have this information in there more. So overall, I'll show you the actual. So this is what I'm listing. Shy Lights. All right, it's in a clean case. I always replace the cases to work, at least like new cases. Disc is mint. There's 1 mark on it. I'm just going to notate that it's virtually clean. Artwork right along the right edge. I'm going to list this in like new. I think overall it's pretty good. We'll do near mint for the CD. Case will be near mint. And inlay will also be near mint. Moving on. I am conditioned like new. You know what? I'm not going to do like new. I'm going to do very good. That front looks a little more damaged than I thought. Let's booklet has wear along the right edge. CD has a mark. I don't grade jewel cases. You look at a jewel case, they get scratched. That's pretty much so. I use templates. So I copy everything up to the I don't grade jewel cases because I already have it down in my template. That way I'm not repeating. That's it. Book list and light wear along the edge. Everything else is already templated in, so I don't have to mess with it. I do combine shipping, just add 49 cents each additional. Again, I get asked that every so often about if they buy more than one, and it's in every listing I post. So again, people don't read this, but it's already templated. I don't mess with it. So I did it once, it's done. It's in every listing. I have templates for each of the type of items that I do list in my store. We're doing $9.98 on this guy. It's usually between 4 and 5 ounces for a single disc. I always just put 6 to be safe. I adjust the weight when I actually weigh when it does sell, which then can lower the price if it gets under 4 ounces or at that 4 ounce rate. I'm running everything pretty much 3 to 4% right now. Just kind of just seem like it's worked pretty well for me. So I sell between 30 and 40 items a week doing this part time, so it's not too bad. I also get about that much up in listings right now. Before things kind of went haywire, I was getting listings. I was doing probably 60 listings a week, which is pretty good. Trying to grow my store, trying to eventually get this to where it's full time. So I'm drafting this later. It's one down. Just curious, how long did it take? You can kind of look here also in your drafts. 8:31 Pacific Standard Time, and I'm in Central, so it's really 10:31, 10:38, 7 minutes. Yeah, it's a little bit of average. I can get usually done a single listing, a single CD listing done in probably 5 minutes. And that's what putting all that information in, so it's not too bad. CD, DVD, cassette, VHS, book, video game, and then I have ones from smoke ones that if I buy a lot, I have some stuff right now that I bought a lot from a seller, which I'll never buy from again. Reeks of smoke. There's ways to try and get some of that. Some of it eventually just dissipates over time and goes away. But I'll replace those cases. I'll mention in my listing that it does have a smoke smell. I'll even put in the description read. So I don't think I have any of those in this batch that I'm doing right now, but I do have some coming up that I photographed just the other day. Next one I'm doing is it's Reunion, the Greatest Hits. You may also know them as the group called the Letterman. It's pretty much the same thing. So I am going to mention that in my listing if I do have room. Let me find the pictures. Can't see this part of it. Single listings, I always take 5 pictures, front, back, inside, CD label, and then the CD surface. When I take the picture of the CD surface, so you can kind of zoom in and see the scratches, I use the flash. So it does kind of help the scratches kind of stand out more. I also describe any imperfections and stuff in my listing, so that I don't better risk of not getting negative feedback. But talking a lot. I'm not used to doing all this talking so much. I don't know how my friend Ryan at Galaxy CD Rocks and Flips does it. Lots of drinking in between, I guess. But okay, so this is Reunion. It's hard to type when someone's watching. Well, at least someone hopefully will be watching. You guys can see it. You guys can follow along on the screen if I don't talk too much. Kind of see what I'm doing here. It's 2005 release. So eBay tries to guess, kind of help you list faster. So that's correct. That's correct. Oldies is good. Country region manufacturer Reunion. That's obviously not right. What I pay for this? This is a good price. 27 cents. This is kind of a bulk buy. I bought off eBay with some CDs. And again, when you buy in bulk off eBay, always try and price comp. You definitely want to. If you're looking to buy a bulk lot, you definitely want to take a peek and kind of get an idea and start price comping what you can see in the pictures to get an idea if it's even worth your while. I do for the most part. Sometimes I just go just looking at it and get an idea, and depending what the current price is for the auction. But I try to do that just to give myself an idea, make sure get a better idea of how much money I'm actually going to make. Eagle Records is there. Style. It's pop vocal more or less. And if there's not one already preloaded, you can just create your own. Okay, let's grade this. Artwork's pretty pristine. Disc has just a couple spots and smudges. Back cover artwork, I'd say, is a small dent, maybe or two. CD, we're definitely gonna go VG. Case condition will just be safety VG plus. Inlay VG. So overall, Melissa's for very good condition. Gives you a description there if you're unfamiliar with that. Minimal booklet wear. That cover artwork has a small dent or two. CD has a few marks. And smudges. I wish I could template some of the stuff in the condition description, but you can't. So that all has to be typed out. And then, like I said, I just copy and paste. This one I'm doing $14.98. So again, some of the stuff in lots can probably just 27 cents buy costs, $14.98 list. So gross, that's pretty good. Pretty good return on investment if it sells, which it should. Again, over time, and that's just how you do the listings. No one else has the Letterman listed in their listing. I did that based on doing just a little research. And again, I do a little bit of that. I did all off camera just so I could just kind of just straightforward and just list instead of me going through from tab to tab and tab. I've done that in one of my other videos, and I'll do it again down the line in a couple months. I'll do another how-to video on how to list. Maybe I'll do some DVDs or something. I do have a handful. I just picked up this morning. Probably not gonna do a video on it. It's just like 4 things. I'll 5x my money probably on that buy. It's for like $7. Save. Okay, that was it. That one probably took me a little bit longer. How long did it take me? 39, 8:45. Okay, 6 minutes. So see, I'm even 6, 7 minutes right now. Even just doing these, so that's not too bad doing it live on camera here, or recorded for you guys. I eventually will do a live show, or a live listing event or something or whatever. I'll announce it before I do it, probably on my Instagram. But so look out for that. I don't know when I'll do one. It may just be completely random. It may just be short notice. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm rambling here about listing. Let's do another one. So this is number 3 of the 6 I've already have pulled. Let's just see how long it takes me. I don't want to make the videos too long, but I also kind of want something that you guys can just kind of just throw on and listen to my monotone voice today. My throat's kind of sore, so. But take a picture of the spine for this one. I'm trying. No particular reason except this is just kind of a different CD I've never seen before. So I figure spine shot that has the catalog number on it probably wouldn't hurt either. So there's an extra picture in this one. I'll do that for some of them. Also, if I've noticed the spine has like a notch cut out and I catch it while I'm listing it or while I'm photographing it, I'll photograph that also to show the spine with the notch cut out of the back for, to represent usually a promo copy. And there's the spine. This CD is nothing special. I'm literally listing it for $2.49. I'm trying to get a lot of listings in my store, so I'm fine with even if I pay like $1 for it and throw it up for $2.49. I may be breaking even on the CD after fees and everything. However, I may have already probably made my profit on the buy from other stuff that's sold. So in actuality, it would just be get rid of anyway. I'm okay with some of that in some cases. This one actually I'll make money on even at that price. My buy cost on the CD is 27 cents. So, and when did this come out? 1993. It's folk music. So eBay is guessing it's the group heart because of the word heart in there. It's not, obviously. I already touched up the pictures. We're already moving on to the next step. There is a barcode. I doubt it. Oh, it might pull it. Helps I put in the right spot. I hate when I do that. Try that again. It's probably not going to pull it. Might save it, though. Okay, I'll save it at least. So I'll keep it in there. Deep Hearts Core. Record label is AML. We're just going to go with this. It's a distributor. Doesn't actually have the label on there necessarily. Not quite sure exactly what kind of. Actually, did they use that in the description? They did. Look at this. I looked it up on Discogs, discogs.com to get an idea of. It'll kind of tell you what the genre and subgenres are. This is actually this ethereal. This is actually listed on there on Discogs, so I will use it. Booklet has a few dents. There actually is. Okay, looks like there's writing on the. Is there writing on the front? There's writing on the inside. Yeah. This just has a couple scratches. Nothing major. Again, this is what I'm listing. Hey, I don't know if I showed you the last one or not, but CD is very good. Case 3G plus inlay. We're gonna do very good because it's got writing in it. It's just small writing. It's like a little section written in pen. Nothing major. Booklet has a few dents. There's also a spot on the inside of the booklet that has writing in pen on it. CD has a few scratches. I don't grade jewel cases. Copy and paste. 249. I'm just gonna do 3% on this. This may or may not sell. It's a listing out there. I mean, part of my goal in listing these low items, make sure I did that. Yeah, I did. Part of the reason why I list these low items like this is I want to get a lot of stuff in my store to where buyers will just not just buy one CD. Maybe they'll buy 5 or 6 and pick some of the lower end ones. And that's just going to raise my ASP up overall. So I think that's the way to go with the store, especially if I want to have the listings. I need at least probably 7,000 or so to potentially do this full time. Sorry, talking's making me thirsty. But I'll get there at some point. It's going to probably be a while. I'm currently not a fan of the full-time job that I'm doing, so I like it to happen sooner than later, but I got to make sure my ducks are in a row and things are kind of lined up the way I need them to be lined up. Have some money saved up. I'm ahead on the house quite a ways out, so I wouldn't have to worry about my mortgage or anything for quite a while if I decided to go full-time, and I've got some money saved up. So I'd be in pretty good shape to start out, but I just want to make sure I've done some more research and figured out the quarterly taxes and stuff, the percentages I'll probably need to pay and estimate that, because I do try and keep, right now it's kind of hard to keep up with the books with everything going on, but I was keeping up with them quarterly and actually projecting what my quarterly profit was the first quarter of this year. So if I actually needed to pay the taxes, I could. But with me having a full-time job currently, it kind of offsets that. My accountant just said I wouldn't worry about that until you are really starting to ramp up things. So I guess I'm not going to worry about it for now. Let's do another one. This one's not worth a whole lot. It's R&B. He had a hit song back in the day with Baby Bash. I believe it was called Fly, or Why'd You Get So Fly? It's Frankie J. It's called The One. I got this in an eBay lot. He's a former member of the band The Kumbah Kings. So I will put that in my listings. It's not in any of the listings I noticed. This is a 2005 release, so it's got bonus tracks. I probably should look that again real fast. Let me see real quick here, because the one I pulled up was just, it may or may not have the bonus tracks on it or not. So kind of curious. Let me pull Yeah, it's got bonus tracks too. Okay, nothing special. Okay, let's go. I'll pull my pictures up in a second as soon as this catches up sometime today, eBay. Find out where I left off. I'm mentioning Baby Bash because he actually does a track on here. And so when other people search Baby Bash or Paul Wall, they'll pull up the CD also that has Frankie J. So it's almost like cross-promoting it. And it's not misleading in any way, shape, or form because both these artists actually are on the CD with Frankie J, at least on a song. So I try to kind of gives it a little more exposure. If you can put that stuff in there when you're listing stuff, like other artists that they collaborated with for a song or something. I would recommend doing that if you got the room in your listing to do so. But just touching up the pictures right now. I see, and I still have 19 characters left, but there really isn't anything else I can really put in here. So kind of just going to leave it where it's at. It's probably all these ones that are 27 cents are probably all from the same lot, I'm going to assume. So it's not too bad. We're going to get this in there and then I'll pop in the UPC and see what eBay decides to try and do with it and see if I want it or not. Contemporary R&B, soul R&B. Yeah, that actually is not bad. It's got quite a bit in there. It did pick Columbia. Sometimes they'll pick Sony, but it's Columbia is the actual, which is obviously a subsidiary of Sony Music. But I always try to be as specific as possible. Okay, let's check condition. Booklet has a small dent, nothing major. CD's got a marker too. These are pretty clean. This lot was pretty decent. As far as the items, the back of our artwork's got a little wear. As far as the actual items, nothing that's really hugely high dollar. I don't think, if I recall. I'd have to go back and try to figure out which video it is. I record these videos quite a few in advance. I'm not quite sure when you're actually going to see this one. I might just throw this as a freebie and mix it fairly close to from when I recorded it. Very good condition. Booklet has a small dent. CD, back cover artwork. I always have a way, order I try to describe it. I always do like the artwork first, booklet, back cover. If they're both in good condition, then I'll just put artwork, minimum wear, and then I do CD, and then the jewel case things on the back end. Back cover artwork has a dent or two. CD has a mark or two. I don't grade. Jewel cases. Copy. Damn it. You stupid. There we go. Moving on. It's not going to be a hugely CD. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add. I even mentioned it when I was talking. There we go. He was a former member of the group. Found that in my research. I think there's quite a few of these listed, so let's promote it. Well, not that I promote it. Okay, there's 4. Recording's at a half hour. It's not too bad. This one took me a little bit longer. There's a 3-minute gap in between, so really from 8:51 or 10:51 to 10:50. It's really 7 minutes. Let's do another. This one is RB Soul Group. They've been around for many years. I think this, when I did the research on this, this was their 15th studio album. This came out in 1990. I think that this group's been around since the 60s. They are the Whisperers. More of the Night. I always try to mix up my listings. Like I'll try and throw different genres when I'm listing. It's all not the same stuff. Like I'm not listing like a 30 rock CDs in a row. I try to mix it up so that way I can try and grab a different assortment of bars when I start dropping these drafts and so on and so forth. But this on the list for $6.98. The sell-through rate actually on this really surprised me because there's not many listed, but the sold's kind of almost matched it. So when I looked at this up and did the research on it, there were 12 actively listed, and when I looked at the solds, there were 9 sold. That's a 75% sell-through rate. That's great for this. So this will sell more than likely within the 90 days, no problem. My guess is if I have a price comped it pretty good, this will probably sell within the month. So definitely very cool there. So can't complain. And come on. Let me find the picture. This is listing number 5 if you're keeping track. So this video will probably end up being about 45 minutes. I don't want to make them too long. I mean, I could do, I don't know if he still does it. I used to watch OBX Picker, who is a reseller and lists like everything, or it sells anything. He would do live videos. Was it live? Yeah, I think it was live. Where it was called Listing or Loafing. And he'd be on live for 8 hours listing. Pretty crazy. I'm not going to do that. That's just torture for you guys. It's bad enough I'm on here for half hour, 45 minutes sometimes. More of the Night. CD is 1990. That's all I'm going to put there. People know if I'm not going to put that as a genre. If people are looking for the Whisper CD, they know what they're looking for. They already know the genre. I put it in there anyway in case somebody's just curious. Another 27 cents. I use that as my custom SKU. A lot of people use the custom SKU. If you are able to have it, they get that at the store to have this, but I could be wrong. A lot of people use the custom SKU for location of where their item is. This is not in the listing where people can see it. I use it for what I pay for it. And the reason why I do that is when I am sending out offers, it'll show me on my screen, especially on the laptop, like the custom SKU will be listed. So I already know what my buy cost was and decide what kind of offer I want to send out. But that's what I use that for. Whispers. This barcode is probably not going to pull. Yeah, you have to watch this too. This barcode's not a real barcode. I'll explain that in a second. Looks like one, but when it looks a little bit different, there's a reason. And I'll tell you. Okay. So the barcode is not a normal barcode. It looks a little bit different. It's got like the two numbers in the very end here. And so when you look a little bit closer in the fine print, it's going to be hard to see as the glare, but right around here, it says manufactured by Columbia House. So back in the day, let this focus again. Back in the day, Columbia House and more known BMG, you could join a discount club and get like, what was it? Buy one for a penny and get 12 CDs free, and then you gotta buy like one at regular price. Well, most people just kept getting the one for the penny and get the 12 free, and then canceling the subscription and then starting all over again. And I guess they would allow it. I never did any of that stuff. I think I was a member of a BMG subscription late before it kind of went away. So since it's not the real barcode, I'm not even gonna put it in there. It's just the Columbia House barcode, which is obviously a little different. but it is what it is. This is Capitol Records, which is already there. Click on it. So eBay's pretty smart with CDs, at least. They actually do pull up some of the information. Again, I don't have to put this NA in there, but I just kind of fill it all out anyway. We'll put classic R&B, contemporary R&B. All that's already pre-filled. And I will mention that if it is a special edition copy, I do mention that in my listings. That's the first thing I'll mention also. CD just has a few marks. Front cover artwork does have a dent or two. That's really about it. We're going to do VG. Very good across the board. Jewel case is there. Columbia House Edition. Booklet has a dent or two. CD has a few. I'm going to look at the CD again one more time. Couldn't tell if there was like a haze on it or not necessarily. No. Actually has a few. Not really scratches. There's a handful of some small marks on here. They're like really, really tiny. Nothing that's going to affect play at all. I do have a CD cleaner. It's works sometimes. It's a cheap CD cleaner. It's a $200 CD cleaner. It's JFJ. It's good for what I need it to do. Eventually, I'd like to, if I get full time, I'd like to invest in the more in depth CD cleaner. I can't think of the name of the brand off the top of my head, but it runs about $1,800 for the cleaner. So, and those things, the discs come out virtually spotless. And sometimes with this JFJ Easy Pro, I can get the stuff pretty spotless too in a lot of cases. But then a lot of times it's just a pain in the ass. So I'm listing this one for $698. This should go pretty quick. I'll just promote it at 3. People will find it. And I already touched the photos up, right? Yep. And so as far as the cleaner goes, actually, I'm going to try something at some point. And if I do, I'll put it on camera. Someone recommended using like some turtle car wax and use it and put it on one of the buffing pads. And it's supposed to do a better job. So I might try that just to try it and see if it actually improves it. So if I do, I'll let you guys know and put it in a video. Give you my thoughts. So I have 55 drafts. We've done 5 so far. And this one actually took, time-wise, 2-minute gap, 8 minutes total if you count the gap before I actually started the listing. So not bad. Gonna do one more. So I guess I'll do 6 right here. This is Cusco Operatic. It's new age music. There's like 3, at least Operatic 2 and 3, if I'm even saying that right. Not sure. I've sold stuff like this before, so it will possibly sell. I don't think there's any sold of this specific CD in the last 90 days. Doesn't mean there can't be. So I'm gonna throw it up there. I'm gonna list it for $3.49. And right now, obviously, I'm just brightening up the pictures here. Uh, 1988. Buy cost 27 cents. And just plug in some of the information. See if the barcode pulls. Yeah, I figured I wasn't going to pull it. Which is fine. I already got all the information pretty much in there. I'm just gonna put New Age again. Honestly, I don't know any specific style, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Sometimes I'll go to our listings to see what people put. Not gonna do it this time. Artwork has just a little wear in the inside. CD has a few scratches. Back cover artwork has a small dent. A little fading. Back cover artwork. Has a few small dents. CD has a few scratches. Can't spell. I don't read jewel cases. That's it. Copy, paste. $349. I never do eBay's recommended. That's just them just taking your money. Yeah, blah blah blah. I don't care about your suggested ad rate. Anyway, double check. Photo's been touched up. Save. That's 6 listings I just did in 42 minutes on camera recording this. So not too bad. How long this one actually take in particular? 9:06. That's 5 minutes. Yeah, I can average 5 minutes. So I can get an average if I'm just straight listing, 10 to 12 for sure. Listings an hour. Throwing up CDs, so not too bad. I'll leave it there. You got anything out of this? Greatly consider subscribing to the channel. Click the like button, which also does help me out, and then click the bell for future notifications of other videos just like this. If you made it this far, I appreciate your time because we're 43 minutes in, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.